feeling like I'm Akademiks. Can't ride away.
All right, so to kind of wrap that up, by the way, we're getting some breaking news on Rich Homie Quan. Rich Homie Quan allegedly died from a fentanyl overdose and other drugs involved too. The toxicology report clearly has came back. They're saying he died from a toxic mix of several drugs, including fentanyl. TMZ has learned, according to the Fulton County Medical Examiner's Office. In Georgia, the late rapper died from a combination effects of fentanyl, alprazolam. Is this Xanax? What the fuck is this? Is this Xanax? I've seen like this medical name, but there's like a street name for it. What is this? Yeah, it's Xanax. It is Xanax. Okay. So my boy was on fentanyl. Well, I guess no one takes fentanyl like straight up, right? Like no one's like, yo, let's get the Fenty. You know what I mean? Like I think, tell me if I'm wrong, but fentanyl is a thing that is very potent and very lethal if you just digest it like directly. But if it's used to cut these other drugs, especially pill type drugs, it could, you know, even if it's weaker, it could make that drug hit a little bit harder. So people use small doses of fentanyl to make already like whether ecstasy or whatever that they're pressing up hit a little bit harder, right? I think that's what it's for. So he was on codeine, promethazine, Xanax, obviously cut with fentanyl. And yeah, they're saying his death actually was really an accident. Wow, okay. They say he also had THC in the system, so he was smoking it. Yeah. So he was on some weed, lean Xanax. That sounds like the regular like batch of drugs I feel like most people take. You know what's gonna be interesting in here, right? Sorry. They got to do it like Michael Williams. Find the dealer. Lock the dealer up. Well, I mean, if they ruled his death as an accident, is there an incentive to go find the dealer that he got this from? By the way, in prescribed Xanax, because I do know they prescribe Xanax, is fentanyl in that? Or is fentanyl only in the Fugazi shit that they're pressing up? Could someone let me know, one of y'all drug heads? Because we all know, I believe also in the Mac Miller case, they went after the person who sold Mac Miller those drugs. In Michael Williams' case, they went after that person as well. In this case, okay, so yeah, fentanyl is not used. It's only in the Lay's pills. Yo, can't these, like, you know, I'm not sitting here advocating drug use or nothing like that, but can't they, like, especially if you're rich, can't you just get like a prescription? You know what I'm saying? Can't you just get a prescription? Or is it that, because I know some people who have like legit prescription for certain shit, but then their demand for the drug doesn't meet with the prescription. Like they're only prescribed this amount and they need it way more often than is prescribed. Yeah, John Gotti, I gotta ask. I know I got some junkies in the chat. Fent is in the bad perks. Well, it doesn't seem like he was on perks. Seemed like he was on Xanax. Do they put fentanyl in cocaine or no? They say he showed no sign of trauma when his body was found dead and examined. Now, this is going to be a really morbid question, and I'm just asking this like just because I want to know. I probably should do some research about it off stream. When you overdose, like especially like with fentanyl, is it like you just go to sleep and don't wake up type of shit? Or is it like, yo, you're chilling and then you just start foaming from the mouth type shit and you dead? Like how does it happen? Like, no bullshit. I'm seriously asking. Because if I'm thinking about the story of Rich Homie Quan, looked like he was found peacefully. Like, well, at first they said they found him and he was on the ground with food in his mouth. Was he currently overdosing at the time or was he dead? But I don't think he was dead. Like, if he was deceased, then his body would be cold. Like his limbs would be not really moving. Maybe rigor mortis didn't kick in, but like, supposedly his brother picked him up. Was it the brother or somebody picked him up and put him back on the couch? So I'm guessing maybe he was going through the. Somebody said you go out peacefully. All right, let's not say that. It said your body forgets to breathe. Whoa. That is crazy. Now here's the thing, right? So you know the story goes that so his girlfriend had woken up, taken the kids to school. He was sleeping before and was sleeping afterwards. Or she thought she was sleeping, and clearly she then checked on him like, damn, nigga, like, you ain't gonna get up. And then she realized he's passed. But it was supposed, it was supposed that he had died. No, or he was having some type of trauma because he was found, like, on the ground with food in his mouth, right? Rich Homie Quan, food in mouth. Let's find the story. His brother first found the rapper passed out on the kitchen floor with food in his mouth before moving him. Now, even if Rich Homie Quan is a skinny dude, like, bro, if you're going to move dead weight, that's going to be heavy. As opposed to you could help somebody walk, maybe they're tired or they're too lit. But moving a dead body, you would probably be like, yeah, this person's not alive. So I'm guessing he probably was alive then? Fuck. Just thinking about this drug overdose stuff is kind of like morbid, but yeah. So you're telling me that the way the drug affects him is that you forget to breathe? Really? So you're like breathing or like your heart beating is kind of like it's an autonomical process. Like your body just does it. It's actually controlled by a particular place in our brain that we don't necessarily have to cognizantly think, let's breathe. Like you just breathe. T Sipper, thank you. She says, wrong. Fentanyl is an opioid, a painkiller, narcotic used in clinical settings. Okay, thank you. You're putting me on game. I love when my educated chat queens or chat niggas help me out. So fentanyl is used in a clinical setting. So the street fentanyl kills you. Because it's unregulated. She says, I OD'd and woke up with paramedic / Narcan. Glory to God, 3 years sober. Wow. T-Sipper. You said so I'm guessing, you don't work in a clinical setting, but you're saying it is used there. And you're saying if someone's overdosing, let me ask you this question. So if Rich Homie Quan's brother, maybe at the time when, he was found with food in his mouth on the kitchen floor, maybe if he had called for help then and, paramedics came immediately, I heard Narcan is like a way to like counteract. It's like an antidote for some of the overdosing effects that some of these drugs, especially even fentanyl, does to you. Maybe his life could have been saved, right? Somebody said there's codeine pills in Atlanta. Hard, but in general, real Percocets are hard to get because of new laws slow down how Percocet are being distributed. Wow. Yeah, they said Narcan will reverse it. All right. Okay. All right, rest in peace, Rich Homie Quan. Kind of sad, man. I know some people had these conspiracy theories of how he passed. Man, God works in mysterious ways, man. I know some people, obviously, he's a part of the whole YSL trial in a sense because he's a victim. He's a victim, Father barbershop getting shot up, manager getting killed, him getting threatened, his car getting shot up. So, yeah. All right. Okay. What did I go in here for? Oh, y'all want to talk about who Drake unfollowed? I tell you, my boy Drake, he's on his first vacation. He encouraged me. He's like, yo, Act, man, you've been killing it this year. We both had good years, man. Take a break, man. And I told him I'm like end of the year. But yeah, Drake's and Turks, you feel me? Doing his thing.